What's up, everybody? You're back in here with the Pro Football Pod. You've got Coach and Hulk holding it down again for you. Another 7-round mock draft. We're doing it Skull style today, baby. Let's try to make the Minnesota Vikings better today. What do you think about that, Coach?
I think that they have the best receiver in football and nobody to throw them the ball right now. So I think we try to fix that first.
Hey, I don't know what it is, and I know he got drafted by the Jets, but like there's just something about Sam Darnold for me to where I feel like he got the shit end of the stick with the Jets, and in those prime development years, it just wasn't where it needed to be for him, and now he's bounced around, and I'm really hoping at some point in his career he gets like a Geno Smith type season to where the situation and everything just comes together for him. Obviously, they're drafting a quarterback in this draft, like that's going to happen.
Exactly.
But I have some care for Sam Darnold, and I can't tell you why. I just like the guy.
Here's my big knock, okay? Last year, he played for the most quarterback-friendly system under the best quarterback coach that there is in the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan.
And Kevin O'Connell runs a very similar system.
Very true. But if you can't succeed under Kyle Shanahan, Mr. Don't worry, I got this. You just go out there and throw the ball.
He did have NFL Twitter top 5 QB Brock Purdy on his roster as well. So that was a hard hill for him to get over.
I mean, Mr. Irrelevant, I think that I like Brock Purdy. I don't want to have anybody out there saying I hate on him. I actually like him a lot, but he is also still just a guy that lives within the system. He's never going to win you a bunch of games.
Brock and even kind of Tua in some extent. Like, I would love to see these guys in another system for a season, just to put those narratives to bed. Like, are they system, or can you just kind of work around their skill set? Like, but hey, we're getting off the trails here. Let's go ahead and start diving in. We're going to run this a little bit slow so we can see a possible trade up scenario. So Caleb Williams, like we expect. Jaden Daniels, like we kind of expect. Drake May. All right, stop. I want to look in the potential trade here of giving 11 and 23 for 4 and 27. Put that on the board.
20%
and then
chance.
add 129 and a round 4 for next year.
Yeah, they're not liking it.
It does. All right, so take 129 away and add 108.
Better.
Doesn't do anything as well.
That's so much to spend to get JJ McCarthy. I know Austin would be shitting a brick right now, but like all we get is another 27.
Well, see, that's why I was trying to see if we could do that, 20 or move back to 11
and still get 27.
But then they move forward. Well, then they would get 23 in this, so they'd move forward to 23 in that scenario. But
now,
that's me getting greedy, trying to keep this second round or this second pick here.
Next year, losing a third rounder is not a big deal, and 45% chance means that it could be accepted. We've seen those accepted before. I'm down to run that. It doesn't affect us right here very much, but I think the Vikings would be down to do that.
They should get a compensatory pick next year for Kirk Cousins, correct?
That's correct.
And that'd be at least a second rounder, I believe.
So I say we try to offer this trade and see if it goes through.
Offer it and see if it goes through.
It went through. So we are drafting. Boom. So obviously we're going to take Malik Neighbors.
Hold on now. Well, I was going to say, like, I know we're kind of being like feisty with, but what?
I do
because we're at 4 now. Hold on now. Because we're at 4,
and
with Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Rome Odunze on the board, I understand. To me, it's really rich to move up for a JJ McCarthy in that trade. But if you moved up and were able to get a Malik Neighbors or a Marvin Harrison Jr. and then snag a Michael Penix or a Bo Nix at 27,
I think that that's phenomenal. I think that the player to go for would be Malik Neighbors, just
Now,
because he could
this is
play the
us
slot
getting
so much
super
more.
hypothetical,
Yeah.
but so I mean, in all realism, just trying to keep it somewhat real, if they're trading up here, it absolutely would be JJ McCarthy. Like, they're not trading up for any position besides a quarterback.
Now, if they went with a wide receiver, I think Malik would be the better choice. 241 slot snaps last year compared to 71 means that he can show absolute value on the field at the same time as Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. I think that
See,
he comps their team so much better.
for me, I actually like Marvin Harrison Jr. for their squad better because I think he allows Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison to move around the field more into those slot positions and different sets, whereas Marvin's going to be primarily your outside wide receiver, whereas Malik kind of fits what they already have installed. But yeah, like, I'd love to do that and just go ahead and take Penix at the end. If this was a just straight what would we do mock draft, that's what I would do,
But we have
because
to
I do
take
think
JJ
this is
here.
a lot. But yeah, we're going to keep it somewhat realistic. We're going to trade up, we're going to take JJ, we're going to move on. Like I said, we still were able to keep a first round pick here. We moved back from 23 to 27, so we're okay. And
Now,
then
what do you think
we'll
about
speed
taking
it up
AD
after
Mitchell
this pick.
at this pick? I know that we just talked about how much we don't need wide receiver, and let's look at who's there at corner. Kool-Aid's
Yeah.
still there.
Yeah, for me, this would be a Kool-Aid McKinstry or a JPJ pick, Jackson Powers Johnson.
I was about to say, I think Jackson Powers Johnson might be my pick here.
It would be if cornerback wasn't such a more premium position than interior O-line, and they have no corners worthy on the roster, which leads me to picking Kool-Aid at this spot.
Yeah, there's still plenty of guys who
they've
are going to
got
be able to
Brian
get later.
Flores as their defensive coordinator. He loves cornerbacks. Like, he loves players from Alabama. Like, it all matches up for me to where I think Kool-Aid would be probably the pick. And you're getting JJ and then Kool-Aid here.
Ladd
All right,
McConkey
go ahead and
goes
speed this
32.
baby up a little bit. Yeah, we don't pick again until 108. Now, hold on. Go ahead and pause this draft a little bit. Slow this baby down. I wish it would let us
Penix
pull
goes.
up the board right here.
Bo Nix goes.
All right, that's cool. We've got our quarterbacks. If we're not picking again until 108, I'm looking at a trade up here. We've got 108, 129, 157, 167, 177. We have so many picks grouped together right there. We're trading up. And honestly, trading up here with the Dolphins at 55 makes sense for the Dolphins as well because they need to gain picks. So give them... All right, so they're not interested in this pick is what they're saying, but we're going to force this trade. So we're going to give them 108 and 157. And then add a fifth rounder for next year. And whatever, because that doesn't matter to us. And then boom. All right, so
can
we
go
move
TJ
up here,
Tampa here.
go back-to-back corners, pull up... I hate to do it. I really do, because we do it almost every draft at this spot. But man, like, it's so hard to pass up Christian Haynes at this spot when you have the major need at both guard spots.
Yeah, Blake Brandel is 3-year player that hasn't done shit, hasn't done anything. He was drafted in 2022 as in the 6th round, and like they also drafted Ed Ingram
in
2
the
years
second
ago
round.
in the second. So I think that like,
yeah, it would be. Hold on, hold the phone. You mentioned pre-show about how much you feel that their defensive interior absolutely needs help, correct?
Yes,
They've
very
got
much.
Harrison Phillips and they've got Jahi,
Jihad
Jihad
Ward,
Ward.
which is he's been here since
Brandon
2016 and hasn't done anything.
Brandon Dorless would be an incredible pick right here, in my opinion. It's a little bit of a reach as far as the ranks go here. 6'3", 290, so slightly undersized for defensive tackle styles go, but to me he can move along the defensive line, so he gives you some versatility there. And you're looking at the grades on the board here, but his athleticism for his position is off the charts. Him in the combine and his pro day, incredible. Like, so for me, like, I mean, looking at this squad, we were able to solidify a corner. If we can get defensive interior here, then to me, that allows us to shift over to the offensive side for really the next couple picks.
We're not picking again for a while, so guys like Christian Haynes are not going to be there. We know that there are some guys we like later, but in like the 130, I mean, we could try to maybe get Tavondre Sweat at 129. Trevor Keegan might be there at 129 as well.
Trevor Keegan will be there, I think, at 129, hopefully. Chris Abrams-Drain is there for us at corner. We like Mekhi Wingo. We love Dwayne Carter.
Is going to be there at 129 as well.
160. So what are you thinking here? Doubling it up and going with TJ Tampa?
I think honestly, Christian Haynes. We've drafted him quite a few times in these mocks. I love this kid. Like, everything about his game is just top of the line. He's gonna absolutely push Blake Brandel to start at least halfway through the season, and if not, he's gonna be a rotational guy.
I think he starts day one. Like, if I'm being fully honest, because I think he also gives you some versatility to play tackle in some spot starts there. Yeah. Kind of like, a Liam Eichenberg type style. So
they got
I'm with
Jones.
you there. Like I said, every now and then I want to try to look for somebody different to keep these drafts a little different and stuff. But when you have the major need at interior O-line like the Vikings do, it's so hard to pass up on Christian Haynes.
This is a player worth trading up for. Like,
agreed. I agree. All right, rolling with it. Let's go. We got 129 coming up next.
Yeah, don't really have any more capital to be able to trade up. We're going to kind of have to.
No, I think we have. Yeah, outside, like I said, outside of DB, interior O-line, maybe some depth at corner or wide receiver. I like where we're sitting right now so far. I think this safety might be something to look at some point here, just because Harrison Smith is not getting any younger.
Not at all.
He actually, my guess is he probably retires after this season. Let's see. They brought in Andrew Van Ginkel, and Jonathan Greenard both in the offseason, so I don't think edge is somewhere they're looking. Defensive interior, I think, is for sure what we're looking at here.
Yeah, I honestly want to go Dwayne Carter for them. The other guy that they have in Harrison Phillips is 6'3", 307. And Jihad Ward is like a 6'5", 287. And I feel like having this 6'3", 305, like just two freaking anchors in the middle of that defense, I think the run defense is going to increase so much. And his true pass set grade rushes are so good. Like, his 2022 is definitely the better season between these two players. Mekhi Wingo is great, but I honestly kind of want to go Dwayne Carter for them. What do you think?
Yeah, and that's picking your flavor. Like, Mekhi is the more athletic build of the defensive tackle, whereas Dwayne Carter is he's going to give you, to me, more run-stopping ability at the next level.
And with having Van Ginkel and Jonathan Greenard, they really do need somebody to stop the run.
Some size. Yeah, yes. I agree. So, yeah, let's go Dwayne Carter here. I like the pick. I'm not mad at it at all. Feel like we're filling out some solid needs here. So we've gone quarterback, guard,
defensive interior.
All right, let's look here.
I want to see what's there at wide receiver. Yeah, not much left.
No, we're good there. Let's pull up for me interior O line cornerback.
Ooh, Bo Limmer is still there. We've been pretty high on him too, for center, and Garrett Bradbury is their oldest of their three interior players. He was a first round selection back in 2019 and has just been mediocre for 5 straight seasons. So I feel like this guy, him or Dylan McMahon, but McMahon we could put. He won't be there at 2:30. This is like right around when Bo Limmer goes. That's something worth keeping an eye on. Let's look at corner two. Kamal Hayden, we've been really high on as well. And then let's just see what's there at safety. Josh Proctor, a little bit of a reach.
Okay.
Who's this? We have not really like broken
He's
down
on
this player.
Oladapo.
That's pretty
Yeah, most of our
impressive.
drafts we're not really picking safety at this spot either.
Yeah, we're generally going pretty early on safety.
To me, I mean, when you look at the needs, and like I mentioned with Harrison Smith's age and how Brian Flores likes to use versatile DBs, I think Oladapo fits you there. I wouldn't be mad at Kamal Hayden as well, just because, you know, they have the absolute need at corner. Yeah, I mean, their cornerback room is just atrocious.
It's so bad. The only decent corner they have is their slot corner, and 2022 was a way better season for him. Last year he kind of fell off.
If I'm being 100% honest, like, I'm really leaning Kamal Hayden here, and
Yeah.
like with the doubling up on corner, like Oladapo would be a great pick here, but
He's not a need.
scroll down to like 177. Kalen King at the next pick would be very solid for us. I'm eyeballing Javion Cohen, but I think we would have to trade up into that range with our last 2 picks to snag him.
I would be down for going Bo Limmer and then taking Kalen King on our next pick. I think really think that trying to replace that center position. I know we already have a guard, but like their offensive line is going to need.
Limmer would give you some guard versatility as well.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm cool with it.
I think that that's our best call here because guys like Pritchett and King are going to be there. We also have gone over Josh Newton a couple times, and I
love Josh Newton's game.
really like his game. So yeah,
Now, you see the low zone grade on Josh Newton, I'm not too worried about that because Brian Flores loves to run some man.
exactly. Yeah, so I think Bo Limmer's the pick here. Solidify that offensive line some more. They really need the help.
Yeah, bullet.
First pick in the 7th round.
All right.
Oladapo is still there.
Yeah, we've still got Oladapo here. It looks like Kamal Hayden and Kalen King both went.
Oof.
It would be a reach for Josh Newton, but to me, I'm not scared of that reach.
Not at all. Not at this point in the draft either.
No.
You see his ADP and then his rank. His ADP is 152. So obviously his PFF rank is a little bit off compared to that. It's probably just run defense grade, things like that. And his 2022 season, 15 games played. I mean, absolute freaking monster of a season. 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's 5 touchdowns that he gave up.
Playmaker.
Or is that he scored 5 touchdowns?
I hope it means he scored 5 touchdowns.
I think that's what that means. That's crazy.
So yeah, I'm good. I'm good either way with Josh Newton or Oladapo. Like I said, Oladapo Brian Flores does like to run some 3 safety sets. He likes to move guys in and out, like the Josh Metellus. He would play almost every position on the defense at some point last year. So like Brian Flores really loves the versatility. Josh Proctor, somebody I would look at if he's there for our next pick, but that's at 230.
And when you talk versatility, I mean, look at slot corner, corner in the box, playing deep. Like, this guy kind of goes all over the field. I think that you're right on that. I think that we go Oladapo.
Do it. Because with getting Kool-Aid, they've got Byron Murphy, who's a veteran. He's getting another year in the system with them there. Their cornerback room may be serviceable. We'll look here at what we've got at 230 for corner. All right, so we went Oladapo.
Frank Gore Jr. still on the board.
I mean, they brought in Aaron Jones, but they did let Madison walk, and
I think off of pedigree alone,
I like him more than I like the other guys on the board right now if you're looking at running back.
Yeah. I think running back's not like a huge need for them because of Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones is a pass receiving back that does play all three downs, but he's going to need some time. They really don't. They have Ty Johnson. Or no, is that what his name is?
Yeah, or Ty Chandler.
Ty Chandler. So, I mean, it's like they have nobody.
And Chandler looked great in spot starts for Madison last year. So I'm with you there. What's there, just for the sake of everything, we've taken a couple interior offensive linemen, so we're okay there in my opinion. We don't like really who's there at wide receiver. Solomon Byrd. I know we've got Van Ginkel and Greenard.
But you need rotational guys. This is the seventh round.
And I feel like just he kind of screams like a Brian Flores style defensive end edge player. And like you just said, we're in the 7th round. So if this dude ends up turning into anything, you're going to take it. And with his athleticism, he absolutely has the chance to.
I like this pick. We get to pick again in 2 more picks. This is our final pick.
Boom. All right. So Frank Gore Jr.
I think it's such a steal. Like, such a steal. This guy should be taken in the 6th round at the earliest. I don't care about his speed. Like, he's going to know how to play healthy. That's Frank Gore's thing. So, yeah, we're doing Frank Gore Jr.
Let's do it.
You're welcome, Vikings Nation.
All right, Skull fellas and ladies, if you're still here with us, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. They said we should have gone Marvin Harrison Jr. I tried to make an argument for it, but keeping it realistic, if they're trading up, they're getting JJ McCarthy. We got a C for that, but you're just going to take what you're going to take when you trade up for a potential franchise quarterback.
I think
Kool-Aid
JJ is very, very, very much a, like, I'm going to win football games type of guy.
He's great for that system.
Yes. Kool-Aid gave us an A, though. Trading up to get Christian Haynes gave us a B-. I loved the Dwayne Carter pick in 129. I felt like that was such a value snag. Bo Limmer, they gave us a C. I disagree with them heavily. I guess it was a little bit of a reach, but I think that this is a big necessity for the team. Him and Christian Haynes are going to make their offensive line better. Absolutely.
Yep. Agreed.
They love
Oladapo. Yeah, got an A for him. And then typically most 7th round picks, unless somebody just absolutely falls, is you're getting C pluses. We'll take that with Solomon Byrd and Frank Gore Jr. You're getting, one is a freak athlete and the other one just has one of the better pedigrees as far as the way his father played the game. We're going to take that all day. Give them some depth in the running back room. We got a B overall.
Top 87%.
Haven't got below a B yet, so I will absolutely take this. I think Vikings fans should be happy about it. If not, jump into our comments and let us know why it sucks. TulsiRoseTea.com is the sponsor. We're going to hit you with this outro music. We appreciate y'all hanging out. Love you guys. Peace out.